Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Star Wars Black Series Kanan Jarrus from Hasbro. That's right, this is one that I've been so excited about ever since it was announced back at San Diego Comic-Con. I've been a big fan of the Rebels TV series, and I just love that we're starting to get some of the Rebels characters in with the 6-inch Black Series. So let's go ahead and take a look at Kanan. As you can see, he comes in that same style window box packaging we've seen for all of the recent Black Series figures. Has that dark black motif, fully showcases the figure within, has a nice bright red background and a red spine on the box, and when you flip that around to the back side, we have a nice little description of the Kanan Jarrus character. So let's go ahead and remove Kanan from the box and take a closer look at him. Now, what's really cool about this is they've taken characters that are usually seen in an animated style, and they're bringing them in sort of a realistic look so that they fit in with the rest of the movie figures in the Black Series line. So that's one thing that's pretty cool. This figure isn't based on any specific actor likeness, but instead they translated the animated look into a more realistic form, and I feel like it's something that Hasbro did so very well. I mean, you look at this character, you look at this action figure, and you automatically recognize him as Kanan Jarrus. Really, really great sculpt. So let's go ahead and start there with the head. I mean, it's a brand new likeness. It's different than his animated counterpart, but they did a great job of translating this to fit in with the Black Series. I mean, look at that. And it's got a great paint deco all the way around. You can see there's a little bit of light, kind of dry brushing in the hair, so it's some lighter brown mixed with the darker brown. Got that signature little ponytail in the back, little goatee there, the blue eyes. Really great. Almost got a bit of a smirk on his face, you know, a bit of a cockiness going on there. You know, he's very sure of himself. But I love that. I mean, it's a really, really great look. And as we come down and look at the sculpt on the rest of the outfit, you can see it's very, very well done. The shirt that he's wearing is textured really well, has a very cool kind of textured cloth type look to it. Then he's got that armor piece coming up over his right shoulder with a nice kind of worn painted emblem there. I love that. It looks like it's kind of scratched and worn out. And it kind of works like that all the way down his arm. You can see he's got that metal armor coming all the way down the right arm there. Really great paint deco on that. While the left arm is just the sleeve of his shirt, and he's got those cut off black gloves. The pants also are textured very nicely, and you can see he does have a nice black belt going on there with a holster that is strapped to his side, which does house a blaster that we're going to take a look at in just a bit. And it brings us down to the knee pads and the signature boots, which, again, great coloration, paint deco, really nice sculpted details on there. So overall, I love the look of this figure. Before we get into those accessories, let's go ahead and take a look at Kanan's articulation. The head is ball jointed up at the top of the neck there, so you can see rotate that head all the way around. You'll also notice he's got the hinge joint there, so you can move the head forwards and backwards, great range of motion. You got the ball joints at the shoulders. You'll notice that the little pauldron on the right shoulder is going to hinder that movement just a bit, but it's not too bad. You can see it still goes upwards pretty good. Forwards and backwards, of course, swivels at the elbow, standard joint at the elbow. You got swivels at the wrists there as well as a little hinge joint, so you can move the wrists up and down. You got a great joint at the torso there. It's kind of a ball joint, so it kind of rolls around, swivels side to side. Nothing in the waist, but then we do have the hinge joints at the thighs, so legs can go outwards, forwards, and backwards. You can swivel at the thigh cut. You got really nice double jointed knees, which the knee pads kind of hide when they're not articulated, so I really like that quite a bit. There's no boot cut articulation, but we do have the rockers at the ankles, so they can go side to side, and the ankles also have a great range of motion forwards and backwards. So really nice range of motion, and it's very sturdy. I mean, that's one thing about this figure. He feels very solid. His articulation is nice and tight and sturdy, so you'll be able to pull off some pretty good poses with him. Now, our accessories. He does have that blaster, nice little signature blaster. As I said, it was holstered at his right side. You can see it's a nice black in color with a little bit of a silver dry brushing to kind of give it a metallic look. His right hand is molded with a trigger finger, so that's where it's going to work the best. You can see it fits perfectly in his hand, and that way you can get some great blaster wielding poses with him if that's what you prefer to do. Now, of course, since Kanan is one of our last surviving Jedi Knights, he does also include his signature lightsaber. And he does have a removable blade. As you can see, I've got the blade out right here. I wanted to start with that because there's a couple ways you can actually display this on his belt. Two places, actually. You can see there's one little slot right here on the front, so you can actually clip it in long ways like that. It kind of just hangs there. You'll notice it's not upside down. It actually hangs right side up. He's got the little hook on there as well, but there's nowhere to hook it. It just kind of plugs into this little spot right here. He also can clip it on the back. He's got another slot on the back of the belt, and there's the longer piece there, and you could store it on the back of his belt like that. I actually prefer that. I think that looks really cool. He hides it really well from the front. It's pretty sweet that you can do that. But of course, we also do have the lightsaber blade, and you can pop that in there. It's actually a really nice tight fit. It clips into place, and now we've got a nice sturdy lightsaber. The blade part is sturdy. The hilt is a little gummy. It's made of a bit of a gummy plastic. As you can see, it's very, very flexible. But he can get that held in either one of his hands. He does have that trigger finger on the right hand, but it still works well for a lightsaber holding hand. And you can even pull off some good two-handed poses, which is really great. The articulation allows for that. Or you can even do the combination lightsaber and blaster poses. Whatever you prefer to do, it actually works out really well with this particular figure. And then you get this guy lined up with some of the other Rebels figures we're getting this line, such as Ahsoka Tano. And man, it's just really cool seeing characters from this TV series brought to life in the Star Wars Black Series. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the brand new Star Wars Black Series Kanan Jarrus figure from Hasbro. I love this guy. I don't have any complaints about him. I think he's a great sculpt, really great paint deco. This is one that Hasbro completely knocked out of the park. And I don't know if it was because they didn't have to base it on any sort of actor likeness or anything like that, but it really seemed to benefit them taking something from an animated form and bringing it to life, because they did it so very well. If you're a fan of the Rebels cartoon series, I definitely would say that this one is a must-have for your collection. He is really, really well done, and I don't think I could be any happier with him. So there you go, my friends. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss out on a review. Until next time, my friends.